All right, welcome back. And it's time for us to get into another story. This one is not so, such a feel-good story. But it's, how community development, it's the good and the bad, the ugly as well, and all of it together. And we push to get a better nation. Now, there's some issues that have been happening in the eastern region. Some robbery incidents have been taking place, and we have a report for you. Okay, let's take a look at this report that was filed by our correspondent, Neil Ni Amate Kanako. It's a very troubling situation. So let's take a look at it, and we'll be right back.
Citi News visit to the area this morning revealed that operators of washing bays, homeowners, and other shops in the area who all depend on these service lines to power their appliances have been left stranded. As a result, their business has also come to a halt in the area. The owner of Stadium Washing Bay and workers who spoke to Citi News expressed their frustrations as it was not the first time experiencing such incident. Some affected residents and customers who also interacted with Citi News about the unfortunate situation wants the Ghana Police Service to intensify its patrols in the neighborhood to prevent such occurrences.
I'm worried because we have been washing our car here. Well, today when we came, they are saying armed robbers came here to cut down their lights, electricity wires and things, so they cannot work today. So we are begging them to come and do it for us so that we will be free and go to work. And we want the police people to help us because nowadays we don't know. The armed robbers are what? We don't know why they have been doing that. Recently, I learned they went to rob people, taking their phones and things. If you struggle with them, then they will stab you. So please, we want the government to help us so that the police can do their work well and protect us, because that's their work. They have to protect us.
6 persons within 2 months have been robbed by knife-wielding thugs at night between Capital View Hotel traffic light area to Kenke Factory. The robbers, who mostly operate using a motorcycle, surround their victims, pull the knife and stab them when they resist. Mrs. Owahene Champon lost 4,000 Ghana cedis after her younger sister, a teenager, was attacked in similar fashion a week ago after she had closed from the shop.
She no busan's opedadis ba kwan. So nyoti e chire no. Esi no no bebusa omuye 20 baku sie no bebusa ne say onchen dadis ba kwan. Nti me ba ne no so dadis ba eno ani e no so bag nim. Nti me ba ne hu say oyi bag na fi ne ho. E no so onfa bag ne ma no yi sekan o se tokuntoko bi dedem. No this scene in sound say wanfa bag na ma na o de betwetwetwa no. E na oje mu de man na omuhwiti na moto so no mokoi. Tade chen ne koye report wo mo se Agata market. E koye no mo police force on be dey chete onam ente hwe.
No o ka se enye mo so pe na.
Enye ye pe. Pharmacy bi wo ye nchen ha. The same bar no so obi wo ho awanya sa attack no. Poly girls bi nti ye tete. Nti asama ehun abesha opona wo kwa from Kenke Factory called that that's bread obi anim say nwa. So sometimes ye pon a ya betena se the whole day nti yenim so ye nante ye bedu sisi ye ba hanso enye ne ba all of a sudden this year yeah too much.
Theresa Mponsa was attacked with a knife and her mobile phone was also taken away from her.
February 13th, it was on a Monday evening. I had closed from work and I wasn't getting a cab, so I decided to take a stroll and see if I'll get a cab on the way. And just when I got to Newlands Medical Clinic, the traffic lights, I saw some guys on a bike, on a motorbike. They were coming from my back. I even thought they were going their way. So when they curved the traffic, they stopped and one guy came down. He was coming on me that I should bring my phone, I should bring everything that I'm holding, and I was really, really scared, and I'm a woman, so I didn't want to batter anything with them. So I gave them. I even fell down in the process, and I had some scratch on my hands and at the back of my hand. So they took my bag. I was having a little amount of money in the bag and my phone and my keys and everything, and they just took everything away.
They are not the only ones who have been attacked by robbers who are terrorizing residents in the regional capital. Nate Michael, a worried resident who has been enumerating series of attacks in the area, says residents are living in fear.
Just last week, Yahweh, I did my mommy be inside for the roadside, near net traffic there. Oh, where some mommy be we day placing for there. No? He can't now we talk. He say some people be there able to talk with and taking phone placing back. Oh, the person can now then they hold knife. We then talking say make it taking phone them back and we take give them no. Just last 2 weeks no to we meet some girl before the road top where they road they go bedtime in there now. We meet down to then cut in hand. Then you come. It is saying then he take him phone way then sana choke in hand. Like if we serious, if we plenty, we hear plenty to way they go on way, we know they understand. So like last time car people the guys where then did the area inside car, they organize themselves say then go trick say then go get town. The people then come pass but they no rush the person way things they inside. But it go on plenty since like 2 months ago it go on some.
But to what extent will residents have to go to get functioning street lights and enjoy proper police patrols to feel safe after 6 p.m.?
It's unfortunate. I live alone, so sometimes when I close from work or like I'm even in the house in the evening and I hear a little sound or something, I get scared. It wasn't easy at that time. Like it hasn't been easy, but for now, I'm quite okay. Like I've recovered from that incident, though.
Put the fear say he catch like 9 o'clock now, you know if you pass that road top, you know be good. We want to mommy with day then can't take him for 4,000 plus in bag or we be serious.
Are you worried by it?
Man is day in pain or we day in fear. Some girl be there wanna shop in opposite or he be that place where they stay. He too then rob them.
All right, so that's a report that was brought to you by our colleague Neil Kanaku, Ni Amate Kanaku. Now, the issue of robberies, it's traumatizing. You know, apart from everything else, it's very traumatizing, and nobody wishes this on anybody. Now, I think that is one of the areas where we need to call that the police do more. The police do more in conjunction with the communities. National security maybe also to look at laying out a strategy, you know, of sorts that will help curb these things. I think one of the things that I've known to work most of the time in many communities is the neighborhood watchdog communities.
But David, which one is easier? Fixing the street lights so that there's visibility and I mean, dispatching police people to always go and stand somewhere. Why don't we have?
For me, it's an easy answer. But I think that at the end of the day, some people, regardless of the lights will have great impact because the thieves, their modus operandi is to operate in darkness. You know, their modus operandi is to operate in darkness. That's the main thing. It's like for them. I mean, I remember taking a course in security and intelligence, and one of the things they said was that every thief is looking for the softest target possible. The soft targets are when it's dark. It makes the target a soft.
And that's why when they even come to your home, the first thing is they are looking at your mains to just cut the line, so that there's no visibility. Okay, and I think
I'm not trying to steal and get caught.
That's the whole thing, so that even if you know there's somebody around, you can't see the person properly, you can't identify the person. And so for me, and it's going to solve so much. It's going to, I mean, put
Let's
this.
get
Look,
the lights working.
there are people. I always say that there are convenient thieves. These people are not really thieves, but they take advantage of the situation. So they come in, so they were coming in, you know, not thinking of coming to steal anything. But they entered and they realized that, there's nobody there and there's a phone there, then they take it. And there are those who are also like, we are going in, whether there are human beings or anything, we are going to take everybody's phone. So we are properly armed. We have our knives, we have this, we have that. Everybody get down, everybody bring this, you understand? The police must deal with those people. But those who are taking advantage of darkness, okay, I see a lady come in, she has a handbag, I look around, there's no one else, it's just the lady and I. Okay, let me just not her small and take her bag. Those ones are there. But if we have proper lighting system, all these things will be out of the system. Why are we not paying attention to these things?
The lights.
Look, because you have police people in black, fully armed, standing in darkness. You can't even identify the police people. So if somebody also comes in, disguises himself as a policeman, you don't even know.
But
because
you know, we've had cases like that.
That is what I'm saying. And let's also not deceive ourselves to say that all police people are very upright, because we've had reports where people have come in as police people, but they were not. And we even have police people who have their own agenda and dealing with people, extorting money from people, abusing people, robbing people. You know, if we have light, a lot of these things will not be experienced anymore. I don't know why almost all the places, I'm not too comfortable and familiar with Adweso and the Eastern region areas, but I can speak about the darkness in Accra, in my community. Do you get, why don't we have street lights?
We make everything so difficult. Let me just quickly have a quick conversation with Neil Amate Kanaku. Neil, good morning.
Good morning, Gregory.
Yes. So what's the general thinking in terms of solutions for this challenge that we're having? Street lights, is who's responsible? Is there any plan to get our street lights up and running again?
So, the solution to these issues definitely lies in the bottom of the local assembly. That is the New Durban South Municipal Assembly. They are responsible for lightening up our streets in the municipality. But for some time now, what we've seen is that anytime a big man like the president is coming to town for a program, that is when you see, a week prior to that fateful event, is when you see the assembly and other personnel going around fixing street lights, patching potholes, and that has become a worry to a majority of residents in the area, who are always calling for an event to happen in the Eastern region or the regional capital for us to see some level or extent of development. The other solution, what people are trying to do now, is specifically the Nyamikrom and the Adweso Estate areas. The assembly members have formed some community watch dogs. Now, the Nyamikrom area launched its own, that is just last week, and 2 days after they launched it, I've just been told this morning by the assemblyman that they've arrested 2 people in connection with the thievery and stabbing of innocent residents in that particular area. Now, just this morning, I'm coming from the scene to another person has been arrested at the Adweso Estate area. He was caught somewhere around 4:30 a.m. when he had climbed the electricity pole and he was cutting the service lines. So a gentleman who was going to work early in the morning saw him on the pole and then quickly raised the alarm. He chased him, but the thief wanted to stab him. So a security man in the area also heard the scream of the gentleman and also came, and then they helped him apprehend him, that fellow. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, this gentleman has been identified as a former CPA, Community Protection Assistant, who was stationed at Oforia Central Police Station. So the police personnel who came in there this morning to pick up the chief identified him as 10 who used to serve at the Central Police Station as a CPA. So that is the level and then the extent of which the issue happens to do with crime in the municipality is. Now, residents are really afraid to even go out after 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. They would rather wait, call somebody to accompany them to wherever they want to go, or probably hire a taxi that they will be comfortable in. So residents are really calling for city authorities to light up all these areas.
Yeah.
Also calling on the police service to intensify its patrols for them to feel safe and about the anomalies.
All right, thank you very much. A quick one, if you can let us know the vehicles that the construction workers that were on your roads, fixing your roads a couple of weeks ago, were talking about it. How far with that?
So as we speak now, the road which we reported on, that is from the central hospital, that is the regional hospital route, to the ministry's Old Green route, as we speak, has been asphalted.
Okay.
Now, for some reason, work has halted, and it continued from the B Foster traffic light up to Old Estate traffic light.
Okay.
But for some time now, work has been halted. We don't really know reasons why it's halted, but we are still following up to get an update on why the work has halted.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So that was our correspondent, Neil Ni Kanaku, from the Eastern region, bringing us an update as far as the security challenges are concerned, making sure it's a conversation we need to have and have it over and over again till the authorities do the right thing. We need all our street lights, especially in the populated cities, because these are where a lot of these robbery incidences take place, just by virtue of the way some people are wealthier than others, and others are taking opportunity to steal what they didn't work for, and all of those kinds of things. But it's all done under cover of darkness. And of course, we also know this, as we were saying earlier, that no thief wants to get caught. So as soon as the lights are out, it's a prime opportunity to be able to just do that. So we need to just fix the lights and then put other measures in place. I like the watchdog committee idea, but there's no point in having a watchdog committee operating in the dark. Yeah, there's no point, So let's fix the lights. Let's do the right things. Let's make Ghana a better place. We'll take a quick break. Breakfast Daily has more to come.